Very good morning, class ninth. So here we are with another lecture, that is with the complex permanent tissue. In our last lecture, we talked about a protective tissue in plants, that was about the epidermis, as well as we talked about cuticle, stomata and the cork cells. So today, after finishing with the simple permanent tissue, now let's switch on to the complex permanent tissue. As you can see the word complex, so it means they are not going to have same or only one type of cells. So if we have to write down the definition, they are made up of more than one type of cells. Means cells, they can be of different types, but they have a common origin and they work together for a common function. So those cells in those tissues in which they are made up of 2 to 3 different kinds of cells, but the condition is they have same origin, they have same common function and they work together. Where are they present? Where will you find them? They are present in the complex or the higher plants. What is their role? They help a plant to survive in the terrestrial environment. What is the terrestrial environment? There are two types of condition. One is the terrestrial and another one is the aquatic. So mostly these tissues, they work in the terrestrial habitat or in terrestrial environment. What is their function? As you can see that they help in transportation of water, minerals and food. And now you can have idea that what we are going to talk about today is we are going to talk about xylem and phloem, because in plants the tissue which carry the water or which help in conduction of water and mineral, that is known as the xylem. The tissue which is helping in the transportation of food, it is known as phloem. So what is our today's topic? We are going to talk about xylem and phloem, or if I say specifically, if you have to mention that xylem and phloem, they are complex permanent tissues. So we have two types of complex permanent tissue, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem has 4 different elements. It is made up of xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Phloem also has 4 components, that is sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Now these conducting tissues, conducting, why we are calling them a conducting tissue? Because one is helping us in transportation, or I will say one is helping in the plants in the transportation of water and minerals, and other tissue is helping in the transportation of food. So if we talk about conducting tissue, then xylem and phloem together, they are known as vascular tissues, or they are known as the vascular bundles, and both are conducting tissues because they are transporting water, minerals and food. So VT is for vascular tissue. So xylem vascular tissue, xylem is a vascular tissue, plus phloem, they are equal to the vascular bundles. So if in 1 marks, if we ask you that what are vascular bundles, that is the conducting tissues. They together, that xylem and phloem, they together they form vascular bundles which help in transportation of water, minerals and food. So let's talk about xylem. So cells in if we talk about xylem basically, it in xylem the cells, they have very thick walls, and as I told you earlier that they are made up of 4 elements, or it has 4 elements, that is tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. If we look at the structure of vessels, vessels are little shorter and they are more in width. So I can say that xylem vessels, they are more wider than tracheids. As you can see, tracheids, they are, it's a tubular or elongated structure and it is less wider as compared to the xylem vessel. So vessels are shorter and wider matlab chaudai, than the tracheids. Vessels and tracheids, but both they are tube-like structures. They are tubular, but these tubes they can little bit vary different in their shape, but the common structure they are tube-like. What is their function? They help in transportation of water and minerals very efficiently in case of plants. So vessels and tracheids they play main role in the xylem. They are parts of xylem, so they help this. They are main role player xylem vessels as well as xylem tracheids. Xylem in transportation तो करता ही है. In addition, it provides support to the plants. How does it provide support to the plants? Because it has tough lignified material in its wall. So xylem vessel, it is made up of a material which is called lignin. और lignin की वजह से जो xylem की vessels हैं they are very thick, so it provide a structural support. You can say that it provide a mechanical strength to the plant. So xylem perform two main function. It help in conduction of water and mineral, plus it provide the support to the plant. So now if you have to draw the structure of xylem vessel, then as you can see that here is the plates. These there is an elongated structure is present. It like a plate, like flat structure. These are called perforation plates, means it has little pores, as well as it is little wider. It is little bit wider as compared to tracheids. Tracheids again they are tube like structures, as well as it is little less wider as compared to the vessel. And these are our xylem fibers, again the tube like elongated structure. So there are three types: xylem vessels, tracheids and fibers. Next is the phloem. Phloem, their main function is performed by, as you know that phloem perform the function that it helps in transportation of food, and the element or the part of phloem which help in transportation of food is the sieve tubes, like in xylems, the vessels and tracheids they play main role. Same in phloem, sieve tubes are the main one. They are tube like structure. Otherwise it has four elements: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. But out of these only two play major role, that is sieve tube. First is the sieve tube, and sieve tubes की जो help करता है that is the companion cells. The end walls means, look at these walls. These end walls of phloem sieve tube, they are called the sieve plates. So end walls are called sieve plate, and as you can see that these have some pores. And these pores they help in the transport during the transportation of food. So end walls are they in sieve tubes, they are known as sieve plates, and they are perforated, means they have pores. Due to the presence of pores, they are known as they are perforated ones. And ultimately their help is, what is their function? They help in, they transport the prepared food. Who makes the food in plants? Leaves. So they carry the food from leaves to the storage organs, as well as to the growing area of the plant में जो areas suppose it is your young plant, and these you can say these fruits as well as these birds, these are growing ones. So to those growing areas they require food. That food is transported by the phloem, and in phloem the main role is played by the sieve tubes. So material storage organ, usually if we talk about that, if this is our plant, then here is the in the roots, somewhere in the underground also we have our storage organ. So phloem provide the food to the roots also, as well as it provide food to the upper direction, means to the growing area. means it is growing in the, it is provide food in this direction as well as in the downward direction. So it can move in both directional, by both direction. That is why its flow is called bi-directional flow, because it has to provide food to the upper areas as well as to the lower areas also. So phloem transport the prepare food from leaves to storage organs as well as to the growing area. So it is bi-directional in its movement. As you can see, if you look at the structure of phloem, these are our sieve plates, that is the end walls of sieve tubes, and it has pores, and these pores, they ultimately are going to play main role. And this is are the this again sieve areas. And now the helper cells, the helper cells in sieve phloem, they are the companion cells which help these sieve tubes or the sieve elements. So here is the fibers here is also elongated tube like structures, as they also have little bit gaps in during the gap is there, and wall is not the continuous one, there are present small gaps or the pores, but that is why it is no, it is the perforated in its nature. Now, if we look at the difference between xylem and phloem, xylem help in conduction of water and mineral, and phloem help in conduction of food. This function is very much clear to you now. As that, if we draw a diagram, there is a roots, and here is a this soil. So from soil, roots they absorb water, and this water is moved up in the only one direction. Have you seen ever water coming from the upward direction? No. So conduction of water, it takes place only in one direction, but no, in case of phloem, this conduction of food is in two direction. It can move in upward as well as the downward direction, because is somewhere in our few plants, like if I talk about beetroot, storage organs, they are present in the soil, they are present underground. So it has to provide food to the underground parts also, as well as it has to provide food to the aerial parts of the plant. So movement is in both the direction, upward as well as downward direction. Now the main conducting elements or the channels, they are vessels and the trachees, but here the main conducting channels are sieve tubes. Only little bit help is provided by, that is your companion cells in case of phloem. Now only xylem parenchyma element of xylem is living. All other elements means xylem vessels, xylem trachees, as well as if I say your xylem fibers, they all are dead. So it means your wood, that xylem makes the wood, so it mostly portion of your wood is dead. Only xylem parenchyma is living. In case of it, this is xylem portion, okay, and this one is phloem. So in case of phloem, all elements are living, only phloem fibers, they are dead. It means phloem parenchyma, or you can say which are the main one, sieve tubes as well as companion cells, they all are living, and only phloem fibers, they are dead. Xylem help in conduction of water and minerals, as well as it gives strength due to presence of the lignified vessels. Why we are calling it as a lignified vessels? Because of the presence of a substance, that is a lignin. Phloem conduct only and only food. It does not provide any mechanical strength to the plant. So these are the main difference, 5 points between the difference between xylem and phloem. And 6 is your diagrammatic view. So as you can see that xylem, it has a thick walls, and these walls, they are made up of with the lignin. Now these are the water and minerals which are going in the upward direction. So here the conduction of water and mineral is only unidirectional flow. Unidirectional flow, uni means one, single. So unidirectional flow of water and mineral. But in case of phloem, Now in case of phloem, as you can see, the one arrow is going in downward direction, food is coming in downward direction, as well as there is a there is from the it is going in the upward direction, means it is providing food to the storage area also, as well as to the growing parts also. So water and food both are traveling. So this cells, as you can see that the walls, they have end walls or sieve plates we call them, with the pores. These walls, these have pores, and they help in conduction of food in both the directions. So food conduction is bidirectional by the phloem, and unidirectional flow is in case of the xylem. Question which can be asked from this topic, that name the vascular tissues present in the plant. You know that, you can answer that now, xylem and phloem, and you know their specific functions also. What constitutes xylem and phloem? Xylem also has 4 elements, phloem also has 4 elements, which you can find in the notes or in my video. So name the dead elements of xylem and phloem. Xylem, which is the dead part in xylem? Only xylem parenchyma is living. All others, fibers, or I say vessels, or I will say tracheids, they all are dead. And in case of phloem, or only phloem fibers, they are the dead ones. Draw a neat diagram of tissue that is responsible for translocation of food in plants. So here you have to draw the diagram of phloem. So this is all about our today's topic about the xylem and phloem. In our next video, we will discuss now again, start with the animal tissues in complete detail. So till then, you go through these videos of simple and complex plant tissue, and I will meet you in my next lecture with the animal tissues.